Hey everyone, so I'm back with the Inspiration Inc. podcast. So, for those of you that don't know, Inspiration Inc. actually started off as a podcast, and this was about 4 years ago. Um, I had posted about 7 episodes, but then I stopped because of the whole logistical side of recording, editing, publishing, etc. And I then created a newsletter and started writing and posting on Substack instead. But I saw that Substack has the podcast function. I was like, what if I got back into it, right? And did both through the same platform, through Substack. And so I realized that I personally really enjoy talking and sharing ideas through speech, through video and audio more than writing as well. So writing is something I think that's uh, more complex and doesn't come as naturally as talking. I'm more natural, more relaxed, and audio and video really suits me a lot better. So I'm gonna start talking more about the same topics that I post on Substack uh, through the podcast episode. And basically, for all of you that find my podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the whole point of this podcast is for me to talk about the different concepts and ideas that I come across in self improvement and self development. So I'm obsessed with becoming the best version of myself and inspiring others to do the same. And the lenses through which I talk about self development or self improvement are psychology, philosophy, sales, entrepreneurship, AI. And these are just some of the topics that I'm really interested in, and some of the uh, topics that help me become better as a person, which is what I think is the most important thing to me in terms of my life journey in general. So today I basically want to talk about something that I had done about 6 years back during COVID in 2020. So when COVID happened, I really started to think about what's important, what's not, start putting a lot of things in life into perspective. And one thing I realized I was doing a lot, especially during COVID, because everyone is stuck at home. There isn't much of going out and living life as normal. So I was stuck on Instagram a lot, and I would just be scrolling and consuming more and more content. And I had this habit of having to have to post a story every single day, right? And the social dilemma had come out. So it's a social dilemma is a documentary on the effects of social media on the younger generation in terms of how it's affecting our focus and our self-esteem and our ability to do things outside of just being addicted and constantly consuming, and how all these apps are designed in such a way to addict you. So I was really inspired by it. I was like, wow, like, I'm spending so much time on Instagram. There's something I have to do about this. So basically, I was just thinking, and I was asking myself, what value does Instagram really bring to my life? I use it to uh, see what's going on in the lives of my friends and family, loved ones, etc. I use it to learn about things. Sometimes I'm just scrolling. A lot of the times I'm just scrolling, right? So the question was like, okay, do I really need Instagram? Like, can I still do all these things without Instagram? And so I had deleted Instagram once or twice, and always came back to it. And this sort of like staying away from Instagram didn't really last. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do an experiment. Let me not use Instagram for one entire week, 7 days, no Instagram whatsoever. And then let me come back and assess and see what I missed out on, or what was I really missing. Because this was, I think, the point. And this is the reason why a lot of us still do things and use apps and tools, because we don't want to miss out. or we feel like if we don't have this, then there's something missing in our life. And I was like, okay, let me figure out what's actually missing. So after that, I for 1 week I didn't use Instagram. I came back, and after that 1 week, I was pretty surprised to see that there wasn't actually that much that I was missing out on. Me, I There was maybe one or two messages that I got that I didn't respond to, and my life was pretty great for those 7 days. Actually, I was more productive. I was more intentional with my day and with my time, and I felt like not knowing what was happening in everybody's lives, or not posting about everything in my life for all those days, was not impacting me in a very negative way, or I was not missing out on anything. So I was like, okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna leave Instagram entirely. Okay. So not only did I delete Instagram, I first went on Instagram, I posted a story and I said, hey everyone, I'm leaving Instagram. And I did this experiment for 7 days. I realized that it's not really that important. All the people that I care about and that I want to know about, I have their numbers in my phone. I can just call them anytime and ask them. I don't need to see what's happening in their life every single day. I don't need to see all these stories. I don't need to consume so much content. Like it's not really valuable to me. So I completely deleted the account, not just deleted the app. I deleted the account entirely. And it was actually such an incredible decision because I got so much time back in my day. And for the next 3 years, I didn't use Instagram at all, like at all. So 3 years later, I did get Instagram back again. And this was because um, I needed to sometimes check and research about companies, certain people, etc. For my job. Like I work in sales, so I used Instagram more so as a research tool. And sometimes if someone sent me something, that I needed to see, or learn from, etc., I couldn't access Instagram because I didn't have an account. So I was like, okay, you know what? This time when I create an account, I'll be very very intentional. And Alhamdulillah, I've kept it that way. So I only have like one or two posts on Instagram. I barely use it. Like ever since I deleted it the first time, I still barely use it. I only follow a few people, like some of my friends and family. Uh, the only time I go on there is like maybe if my sister sent me something and she wants me to like check out one of the reels she posted on her Instagram page. She has like a travel and food page, etc. And if I want to research some company or research some founder or something, that's the only reason. And yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I don't even have the app on my phone. I might start posting more, as I build a brand, etc., and grow this thing further, this podcast and this newsletter. But uh, it was a very good decision, honestly, like just getting rid of it entirely, and it gave me a lot of perspective. And basically, the point is that I started to realize that there's a lot of stuff in life that we think is important or we think matters, but it actually doesn't. Like if you just stop for a second and ask yourself why you're doing something or why you believe in something, chances are a lot of what you do and what you believe is shaped by the people around you, and we just accept it and we just do without thinking. So that was one thing that I realized during COVID, and it was a decision I made. And Alhamdulillah, the only real social media that I use a lot is LinkedIn. And even now I use it mostly for work. I use it to post about the newsletter. I use Substack, uh, and I use LinkedIn and Substack because they're very much focused about the whole idea of learning and growing and getting better. And this is the whole point behind, I think, uh, wanting to like consume content. At least for me, it's to learn and get better, right? uh, and this is why actually I'm really pumped about Substack. I've started using Substack for the past 3 months. I've been writing consistently, and now I'm also gonna post more often with this podcast. And the goal here, the aim here is actually to meet more people who are like myself. I think that's a really good way. So yeah, that's sort of that's something interesting I did about 6 years ago now, and Alhamdulillah. So it's really important to really figure out what matters in life, and there's many ways to do that. Deleting a certain social media platform entirely could be one of those ways. But yeah, anyways, that's it for today. We'll chat soon next time, inshallah.